My necklace tightened again. Just a slight pressure at the base of my throat, light, almost delicate, but enough to stop my breath for a second. It only did that when I lied. And tonight, in my dark, silent bedroom in Silver Bend, Montana, as the wind rattled the window panes and my heart hammered against my ribs, I had just lied to myself. I whispered into the empty room, "I'm not scared." The chain constricted, just a millimeter. But enough. Enough to remind me of the truth. I was scared, because the necklace only tightened when someone was listening. Someone I couldn't see. Someone who knew my lies better than I did. My name is Claire Dawson, 34, graphic designer, and newly divorced after 10 years of marriage. I should have left earlier. The necklace wasn't something I bought. It wasn't a gift from a lover or a family heirloom or something I found at a thrift shop. It was mailed to me. No return address and no note. Just a black velvet box left on my porch the day after I signed the divorce papers. Inside, a delicate silver chain, cool against my fingers, with a tiny charm shaped like an eye. When I clasped it around my neck, I felt a faint jolt, like static electricity, but it wasn't until the next morning that I understood what it did. My sister called, asking whether I was really, truly fine. I said yes. The necklace tightened. Just slightly. Not hurting, just reminding. That was the first lie. Since then, I'd learned 3 things. The necklace did not tighten for small lies, only meaningful ones. It tightened more when the lie was bigger. It tightened the most when I lied about someone I loved or feared. And tonight, I felt it tighten harder than ever, because I had told myself I was alone. And I wasn't. The window in my bedroom was open. I never leave windows open at night, especially not after the divorce. Especially not since the police warned me my ex-husband, Nate, was emotionally unstable. I approached the window slowly. The curtains fluttered like ghosts exhaling. On the sill was dirt. Dark. Fresh. Smeared in a handprint. My breath caught. I whispered, "It's nothing. Probably just wind." The necklace tightened. Hard. I flinched. Fine. Not the wind. Someone had been here. But who? A creak echoed from the hallway. I turned, pulse racing. N01. Then I saw it on the floor just outside my bedroom. A folded piece of paper. I picked it up with shaking hands. Inside, one sentence written in neat blue ink. "Why did you lie to him?" My stomach dropped. Lie to who? Nate? No. Someone else. Someone deeper in my past. Someone I didn't want to remember. The necklace tightened again. Not painfully, just insistently. Compelling. Telling me, "Stop lying." I locked every door, checked every window, turned on every light. I needed clarity. I grabbed my coat, drove to the only place in Silver Bend open at midnight, Frank's Diner. Inside, the fluorescent lights buzzed. 2 truckers sat at the counter. The waitress poured coffee like she'd been born doing it. I slid into a booth. What lie was the necklace reacting to? I thought about Nate. Violent, manipulative, jealous. He'd once sworn he would never stop watching me. And I had lied to him. I lied when I said I didn't remember what happened the night he hit me. I lied when I said I believed he didn't mean it. I lied when I told him I still loved him. Maybe the necklace was reacting to that. Maybe it was warning me about Nate. A red herring. Because just as I convinced myself Nate was the threat, the necklace loosened. Relief washed through me. So it wasn't Nate. It wasn't my ex-husband. It was something older. Something I hadn't allowed myself to think about in decades. A childhood memory flickered. Dark room. A man's voice. A tiny silver charm glinting in the dark. I shook my head, forcing the memory back down. The necklace pulsed, tightening, as if punishing me for pushing the truth away. The waitress approached. "You okay, hon? You look pale." "I'm fine." The necklace constricted sharply. The waitress stepped back. "Do you need help?" And suddenly I did, because another memory slammed into me. A necklace. Not this one, another, larger, with the same eye-shaped charm. And a man saying, "You only lie if you're in danger, so I'll know." I left the diner and drove back home through icy silence. Snow drifted across the empty road like white smoke. When I reached my house, I froze on the driveway. The lights inside were off. I had left them on. I stepped inside cautiously, keys clutched like a weapon. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Stop lying about what happened." My lungs tightened. Another text. "You remember him." The necklace constricted like fingers around my throat. I staggered, hands on my knees, trying to breathe. And then I heard it. A voice at the top of the stairs. Soft. Male. Familiar. "Claire." I looked up. A shadow stood there. Tall. Still. Watching. My throat burned as the necklace tightened into pain. I whispered, "You're not real." But he stepped down one stair. Then another. Then into the light. And I saw his face. Not Nate. Not a stranger. Someone older. Someone from when I was 8 years old. My childhood therapist. Dr. Rowan. The man my mother trusted. The man who told her I had imagination issues. The man who said I lied too much. The man who touched my necklace, my first necklace, and said lies hurt the people who love you. He smiled gently, just like he used to. "You should have never stopped wearing it," he said. My knees nearly buckled. "What do you want from me?" I whispered. The necklace punished the lie immediately. Tight, cruel. Dr. Rowan tilted his head. "You know what I want. You know what you forgot." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a matching necklace. Same charm. Same silver chain. He held it up, the charm swinging like a pendulum. "I kept mine," he said, "because I don't lie." I backed toward the door. "Stay away from me." The necklace loosened slightly. Approval. He frowned. "You're telling the truth now. Good. What do you want?" I choked out. He stepped closer. "Your mother ruined everything. She made you forget. But you remembered enough to send for me." "I didn't send anything." Another lie. The necklace yanked at my throat. Pain exploded across my neck. "I didn't," tightening. "I swear I didn't," tightening. Dr. Rowan's smile widened. "You did, Claire. Your memory sent for me. Your lies called me back." Lightning flashed outside. And suddenly, I remembered the full truth. I remembered the game he used to play. The truth necklace. If I told the truth, nothing happened. If I lied, he pulled the chain. Little tugs at first. Harmless. Then harder. Until I couldn't breathe. My mother found the necklace once. Screamed. Grabbed me. Left the office and never returned. She told me he was gone. She told me he was arrested. Another lie she forced me to believe. Dr. Rowan stepped closer. "You've always been such a good liar, Claire, but lies destroy you from the inside, and eventually they call me home." My voice cracked. I didn't call you. Your necklace did. He tapped the chain around my neck. I sent it to you because I knew you needed me again. The room tilted. My skin chilled. I whispered, "You're insane." The necklace stayed loose. Truth. His expression flickered with irritation. "Tell me you're happy," he said softly. I swallowed hard. "I'm not." The necklace stayed still. "Tell me you miss your mother." "I do." Still. "Tell me you're not afraid of me." I stared back at him. "I am terrified of you." The necklace did nothing. His smile vanished. "You've grown brave," he said. "I've grown honest," I replied. The necklace approved. He lunged. I grabbed the nearest thing, a ceramic lamp, and smashed it into his face. He fell backward, howling. I ran outside, dialing 911 with shaking hands. The sirens came fast. Small town, quiet night. Dr. Rowan was arrested in my living room, bloodied, screaming about truth and promises. As they dragged him away, he yelled, "You still lie, Claire. You still." The necklace suddenly loosened around my neck, so much it almost fell off. The moment he was gone, it went weightless. Silent. Dead. The next morning, the sheriff said Dr. Rowan had been living under a false name for years. They found old files, old reports, old complaints. Complaints nobody believed. Just like nobody believed me when I was a child. The necklace sits on my dresser now. It hasn't tightened once. Maybe because I'm not lying anymore. Or maybe because the person who used it against me isn't here to hear the lies. Tonight, I will sleep with the window locked. And no necklace around my throat. If you wore a necklace that tightened every time you lied, what truth would finally choke you? Tell me the creepiest lie you ever told. I'm curious.